about? It is nothing but a prediction of the new technologies. So that is what the definition of the technology forecasting is all about. And there is a important forecasting model, so which has been discussed. There is a three important models. So one is input, other one is output, and third one is a process. Process is nothing but it is called as an work. So forecasting problems and objective data inputs, process forecasting, process and techniques output, and then review. See input and output. See what is input, which is a forecasting. Forecasting which is being done whenever the prediction is being done, where you people are getting the lot of the problems. So lot of objective data inputs is being getting out for you people. For you people. The process forecasting, the techniques is being done once the input of whatever the forecasting is being done. See, when you people go to the company, the company always expect where you people have to do lot of work. So it is nothing but with the people of a boss, people of a company always expect from you people where their prediction is all about the worker from 6 months or 8 months. You have to work there expectations. You have to work more than their expectations. So that is then the objective. So that is what the forecasting they have on the worker. So the process of that technique or process, whatever the work which has been given to worker, whatever the work which has been given to the remaining activities to be carried out, which is called as a process. What is the techniques where the model should be converted, I mean the design or else a development, all that will be converted. So all which is nothing but a techniques where the people have the certain points. And then output of forecast, the output of forecast, whether it is being good or whether it is being bad. So whatever it is, you people have to see to that, like what is our forecast is all about, because every forecast where you can't get 95% accuracy of whatever the prediction which is being done. So for that purpose, what they do is, if at all there is something which has been wrong in terms of forecast, automatically that will be reviewed and once again it will be taken as an input. So that is what which I told. Forecasting will be always taken into consideration by the one concept which is called as a decision support system. So DCS, decision support system. So that decision support system and forecasting and the forecaster are the same. So both are very much equal to the carry out the activities of the forecasting. So next is all about which is called as elements of technological forecasting. So elements of technology forecasting, which is discussed previously, is all about so this elements of technological forecasting. You have 7 types of elements of forecasting. So where so one is a forecasting problem and objectives, and second one is a data inputs for forecaster, forecasting process, forecasting techniques, and forecasting output, and then review of mechanism. So where the main elements of forecasting, the concept of different elements of forecasting is all that seven is especially whenever the people start doing the forecasting, the first thing is they have to see to that there are so many problems which can exist in terms of forecasting, and there are a lot of objectives which comes in terms of forecasting. The objectives is being required to start out any forecasting is nothing is because there are different stages in forecasting. So different stages in forecasting is from initial to the final stage, from the initial crack to the final stage of the product. So all there, the forecasting is very much important. So if at all you don't set the objectives in terms of forecasting, so automatically you can see that there will be a huge set of problems in terms of forecasting or prediction. Because if at all your prediction is almost, if at all it goes more than 70% or 80% defective, then automatically you can see your product or your company or whatever the forecasting that your prediction is being done, then automatically will be lost to somewhere. So that's why it has been interrelated to have the problems of forecasting and to have the set of objectives whenever you people start forecasting. Next, data inputs for forecasting. So data inputs for forecasting, you where you people can see there are huge set of data. There are huge set of data inputs where you people can see, in terms of data before starting. See, once the prediction of forecasting, when it is to be started, there is a lot of set of data to be analyzed. When that data is not being analyzed, then the forecasting method or forecasting techniques or forecasting objectives, like whatever you people has to start doing it, that always doesn't works out. So always it loses this concept. So that that's where so data inputs for forecasting is very much. You can take any example for data input. See, whenever they start, you think about one pen to predict. So now you people know there is 1,000 companies of pen, different set of pens, gel pen, dot pen, or different set of pens. If all the forecasting is done for the that pen to be manufactured, the pen to be developed, there should be a certain data should be taken for forecasting. So why? Because they have to concentrate on children's what type of pen should be used. They have to concentrate for the college person what type of pen should be used, and they have to concentrate on the peoples or officials like what type of pen should be used. So different data input should be taken, like how it is being accessible and how it is being feasible for all this certain set of persons, certain set of people to be forecasted of different pens. So uh, that's why data input is being very much important. So forecaster is a man, is a person where he has a main very important roles and responsibilities in this product development, because the forecaster should always involve, always communicate with all the department, all the persons. So where whenever he is getting all the information like a data, then automatically he can see to that, like whatever the prediction which is being done, so that you will have what we call it as it is had a huge demand, or else the process, for the process activities, for the demand, for the marketing, for the success, so that will be always useful. So forecasting process. See, forecasting process have different set of forecasting process. So according to the requirement, they will be taken different set of forecasting process. I have shown you the model of forecasting process like this. Like this. This is a technological forecasting model which helps you in the input, process, and output. See, once this is will be not proper, automatically it will be removed, and then once again this input will be given. So when this input is being given, the process starts. So this is being the intermediate between the input and output. When this process is proper, by the data, by the information, like whatever which is being given from the input, then automatically your output will be proper. If at all this input, whatever the data which is being given by the forecaster, if the process is not proper, automatically your output will not be proper. Then automatically it will be reviewed, and then once again this will be into an action. See, you have to see that there will be not so much of a review should be taken into input, because it is nothing but your reviewing is nothing but your forecaster is not correct, where the process is wrong, where the output, whatever the result, what is to be it is to be taken, and that has been completely wrong once again, so that your errors will go to reviews and then input. So that is what which has been discussed in elements of technological forecasting, and here what which is called as forecasting output. So review mechanism. So this is what the elements of technological forecasting, like whatever which is called as where you can take the action of technological forecasting model. So next which is called as an objective for technological forecasting. See, like what is exactly been the objective is nothing but now you people know like what is been the objective is all about. Now you people start giving a technical seminar, and also you people are start giving your international seminar. So before starting any seminars, and you people now start with what is your objective of giving this type of topic. and what is your objective of this type of project. If at all there is no objective, there is no goal, or there is no use of giving your work or justifying your work to an expert. So for anything, the objective, the main objectives of anything should be very much important. So that's why, so this objective for technological forecasting is also important, because I have told technological forecasting is nothing but it is a combination of technology in terms of prediction. If prediction should be taken out for the different types of technology, different types of advancement, different types of development. Development. So this there is a the first step in a technology forecasting project is to determine the purpose of the forecast is to serve. Different step in a technology for forecasting project to determine the purpose of forecasting what is to be solved. So the main objective is that only. So where there is a different set of projects, in terms of forecasting that is to be served for your project development. There is a different suggest for the purposes of this objective forecasting is all about projection of the rates at which new technologies will replace the older ones. So this is what very important part where which always I'll be I used to be discuss I used to be discuss is all about projection of the rates at which new technologies will replace the older ones. See, always the forecasting is nothing but which is a prediction of the new advancement. So that advancement is called as a technological forecasting. So where that rate of where the technology will replace the older ones is one of the best objective of forecasting, technique. Because the older one is nothing but it is not the older model. It is nothing but the development of the existing model. So older model where is nothing but where the company doesn't reject or the company doesn't throw. It is nothing but where the product development happens. The product development happens is nothing but it is the prediction where how the development is being done. How the development is being done by taking into the consideration of the the technology, like what is been happening in and around the world. So where so this uh, importance to companies dependent on the world as well as the new technology. So that's what that's what which I am telling. It is a dependent on the world and also with the new technology. The world will not be thrown. The world will be developed into a new product development. So that will be existing as a new product technology. So now the best example of product development where the people have a craze in terms of mobile phones. So where you people can see where the mobile phones you take a different set of mobile phones, always different set of technologies, different set of specification and all that in terms of RAM, in terms of processor, in terms of it's nothing but all will be taken in the part of not new technology in terms of a product development. There is a new technology but in terms of development where which is to be taken the older and converted that into new product development, which is called as new technology. So that is what one type of object is where which has been used. Assistant in the management of technical research and development. So this is what the one where the objective for technological forecasting is nothing but where research and development. So research and development is in turn is a one type of a best resource where the new technology which is being formed and new technology which is being used. Evaluation of the present value of technology under the development. So whatever the forecasting of prediction which is being done, so it is to be look into that, like what is the existing technology or what is the evolution now at the present value. See, present value, any product you taken, there will be having a certain set of value, certain set of evolution for that a particular top product is all about. So that will be taken, and then it will be taken as an underdevelopment product, because when the technology forecasting it is being failed, so it is nothing but where somewhere the product development is gone wrong. So commercially, you people have to think in a different way, like what is the present value of that technology, and then what is the development that should be done for the existing product. And then one example I can give you in terms of automobile sector, you know, there was a vehicle in Suzuki which has been launched in so many 14 to 15 years back, and under the name of Fiero, Suzuki Fiero. You know that Suzuki Fiero is a vehicle, when it is being launched, it has been got a huge success. It has been got a huge success. And after that, you know, Suzuki and TV, there was a combination of a two company which is called as TVS Suzuki. And then when that is been separated, so TVS was individual company in Indian market, and they have been once again with the same design, once again with the same model, they have been launched, which is called as a TVS Fiero. But you know how I told that the existing value of that TVS Fiero was a wonderful, and which is being very good. And then the underdevelopment, the underdevelopment of that, you know, of such vehicle which is called as a TVS Fiero, when it is being launched in the form of a Fiero 2, the I know the second version of a TVS Fiero 2, the development of that, the technology of that, the specification of that, even though it may be good, the performance may be good, the people doesn't accept. So this is what called as the prediction wrong, where the underdevelopment of that particular vehicle is been wrong. So this is what the one objective where you people have to keep it in mind, like what happens when your objective is not proper, what happens when your the product development is been not proper. See, now you came to know, like after the product development, why this forecasting is being kept off, because the forecasting is nothing but it is an interlinked with the one concept which is called as the product development. So that is what one example which is called as the vehicle in terms of automobile vehicle, so which is called as a TVS Fiero. So objectives for technological forecasting in this identification and evaluation of new products or process that may present the organization with new opportunities or threats. Forecasting new business opportunities or threat to present markets. See, so this identification and evaluation of new products or process that may present the organization with new opportunities or threats. See, automatically every forecasting has its identification, has its evaluation of, in terms of new products, in terms of new products. So where the forecasting it is itself is a new business opportunities or threats to always to the present market. So why it has been threat threat, or it has been threats or to the present market is I know why this happens is only because, see, there's a huge business which is being happens nowadays. So where you people can, see with this new business, the what has been the threats is all about. See, threats is all for the different set of markets where that market will have with will doesn't have different set of business opportunities to sell it out. See how it is been is nothing but, see, different identification of a different product is always there, different evaluation of a new product is been always there with organization. See, once that all it is been not done, there is a different set of business opportunities or threats will always there. So threat is not, the best example for that. But see, the people, the set of mind of people nowadays is being very much different. So very very different. So how it has been very much different is some people always see to that the brand. Some people see to the quality, some people see to the design, some people see to the cost, some people see to the discount. Or every this concept, it's nothing but it is a threat to the present market, because every businessman will be having a different set of strategies. So by keeping this set of mind, you people have to use a different objectives. If this objective is not proper, whatever the product development it is being done, or whatever the forecasting which is being done, then automatically it is a one type of a threat towards the market. So that's why main concept of the objective is being done. It is a one type of objective, identification and evaluation, because every product will have a different set of identification, and every product will have a different set of evaluation of a new product under development, and every product will have a different set of business opportunities, and every market or every product development will have a certain set of threat in terms of a different set of business opportunities. So that is why which has been which has been taken into consideration of different business opportunities. Objectives, the another type of objective is called as an analysis. See, analysis of new technical developments that might change organization strategies, operations. See, so analysis is also one type of objective of a technical forecasting is the strategies. See how analysis has been done. The analysis is being done by different set of forecasting, by taking the data, by taking the strategies, by taking the different set of operations, by taking the different set of organizations, by taking the different internal operations, by taking the changes of that. See, if at all the analysis of a new technical developments that is being not done, if at all the strategies is being not done, so you people know, if new technical developments with the different strategies is not being done, then automatically it is the one type of a threat in terms of market, because the people want changes, the people want developments, the people want new technologies, the people want the faster thing, faster technologies. The people want the comfort in terms of technologies. Like all that, by keep it in mind where you people have to see that set of objectives. The objectives is to be satisfied, it is to be created, it is to be done in terms of organization. So there are so many organization in world. There are different set of internal operations in a different world. There are different strategies is being used in different set of world. There are different technical developments which is being, it's not only technical developments in, not only in terms of design, there is a lot of technical development in terms of product, in terms of its internal parts, in terms of its smoothness, in terms of its the quality, in terms of its durability, all that will be taken into care in terms of a technical forecasting. Now you people have to remember, like how what has been the technical forecasting is all about. It's been the huge one. It's been the huge one where you people have to look, you know look it out. Technological change in forecasting. See, changes in forecasting is, it is a one meaning where we call it as an investigation. See, investigation of the product. The product investigation is been important to create the internal changes, to create the internal part. this technological change. So what has been the technological forecasting is it has been the state of investigation. It has been the state of technologies which can comes into force, which has the interplay, which has the public concerns, which has the national policies, and also which has been the discoveries. So changes in the forecasting is nothing but which is called as investigation of a new trends, investigation of a new product development, investigation of a new technology, investigation of a new force, investigation of a new scientific discoveries, investigation of the different policies, different public concerns. So everything will be taken into consideration when the technological changes happens. So, what are the various technologies forecasting methods is all about? So, there is a various technological forecasting methods in terms of adapting methods. In I know it is one type of method which is called as a Delphi method, which is called as growth curves, which is called as normalization method. See, for the technical forecasting, there is a thousands of methods, and here are some of the methods where the people are using certain types of methods. See, here you people have to know like what are the different types of methods and technological forecasting which is being um, used. So the forecasting technological models, this is what the best example where you people can see the clear outline of the forecasting of traditional forecasting method depends to a great extent on projecting past performance into the future. So here, it is been the depends to the great extent of projecting the past performance into the future. So forecasting technologies have a different set of problems and objectives. Forecasting process and techniques, forecasting outputs, a review mechanism. This performance present time where the performance will be straight away affected the time where you people can see this performance with the present with the future will be categorized into growth or future or different state of technology. So where like I have told what has been the forecasting model, which is the input by the process by the output will be the review mechanism where you people can see the forecasting problem objectives with the process and forecast and with the review mechanism, like whatever the figure which have been discussed previously, which has been the elaborate with the graph, the performance with the time. So this is what which is called as a forecasting technology. So different methodologies of forecasting, methodologies of forecasting is in intuitive methods, trend extrapolation, normative forecasting, growth curves, cross impactive analysis method, and monitoring. So all you people have to know what is a different set of methodologies here, and every different set of technological forecasting will be always directly related to your productive development. So technological forecasting methods. So technological forecasting methods is it which which is called as an surveillance or surveillance, which is nothing but the scanning the environment and link to the source of innovation for quick adjustment and adaptation. Expert opinions, using the expert opinions, which is called as a Delphi method to converge after the common folk. Trend analysis, trace the time series data and identify the evolution pattern in the drive forces modeling. So this is a trend analysis, which is nothing but which is called as a performance versus time, which is gives the time series data and identify what is the evolution pattern and moving the driving forces and modeling. So how the modeling, the project modeling, which articulates the forecasting function, which has been composed with the several critical influences, was the scenario analysis, which gives the